Hello, please hang tight while I get my music on. I don't know what that was. You can just disregard that. Okay, we're getting some chip tunes. Where are we at? Bottom of the list? Top of the list? Top of the list, of course. A doop doop doop. A doop. A doop a doop a doop. A doop. There we go. Chiptunes is on. It's a good song. Okay, we got chiptunes. Gonna bring up that and let's get into what we've been working on. I've been trying to get Bun running locally. If you're not familiar with Bun, you can find it at bun.sh. And it's supposed to be a fast, all-in-one JavaScript runtime, in case that isn't obvious. Now, problem I've been hitting is, one, it's a 0.1 release, so probably some things are not entirely ironed out. But that's okay. That's what we get for playing with new stuff. It's supposed to be 3 times as fast as Node and Dino combined. Maybe not. Last part's not true. But what am I trying to do? Yes. So I couldn't get it running locally because I'm working on Windows. And although I have WSL installed, it just didn't want to go. So let me see. Stream stats. Okay, this is the folder that we're working with. If I try to run Bun, we do have Bun running. So Bun install. It's going to tell me, yeah, Linux kernel, not very happy with what's going on there. So the problem that I ran into is had to do this like WSL update stuff. WSL shut down. Pretty much the problem is that I'm running on an old kernel. My Windows operating system is only, well, it's pinned to a certain version because I'm running, it's a work computer. I have some firewall stuff. My security team only lets me update after a certain amount of time. Therefore, things like WSL install new version of blah, blah, blah was not working. Fortunately, I was able to figure this out a bit. You gave me a Docker script that works. You did give me a Docker script that works. Let me see if I can pull that up. But I did get it working because even with Docker it was like having an issue. So let's see if I can re-implement the things that I got working last time. First, let me make Stony happy by, acknowledging Stony. Stony needs a lot of attention. And that's okay. If you're going to sign up for the responsibility of having a Stony, you need to be ready to do the things to take care of a Stony. So, never mind that I was a younger, more naive person when I decided to take on a Stony, but that's what it is, So there I am. Got a Stony now. It's great. They're actually very loving and very rewarding people to care for. Ain't that right, Stony? All right, Stony, I am in the Discord. Let's see what you got. You gave me some. We did a lot of chatting, so it's gonna be like way up there. No, see, you gave me a Docker Compose file, which is kind of different and not really what I'm trying to do right now. So let's see what we're going to do this with Docker. I think the way that I got this working was I actually had to, because I'm in Windows, had to use PowerShell. So give me one moment while I bring that up. Going to run it as administrator just because, feeling saucy. Okay, I hate PowerShell. It's absolutely terrible. But it's what I got to work with because Windows and Linux, WSL, meh. So here we are. We have, whoops, that's not what I want to do. Oh, yeah, Control L works. That's weird. Okay, so we have Docker PS, nothing running. If I have Docker PS show all of the things, it's not there because I had to remove it last time. But what I've got is if I cd into my user folder and I cd into documents/stats, that's the name of the project that we're in, I can show you we have a Docker file here. We have a Docker file here specifically for bun. Can I cat Docker file bun? I can. I didn't need to do that though because we've got it right here anyway. No, we do not, because this is the project in my WSL. Docker Compose is bae. Get out of here. Docker Compose is good. You know, here's the thing. I was doing Docker when it was just Docker, and then we didn't have this tool for orchestrating all of these different containers. So then for a while, what do we have? Kubernetes was the thing, right? And there was like a whole bunch of projects that were trying to get this whole like orchestrating multiple containers, like your database container and your app container, and then you have to orchestrate like networking and have them being able to communicate and where are the volumes, and this one relies on that one, so that one can't boot before this one does. All of that, really annoying. And so Kubernetes came along. I did not want to get into that, so I skipped that. I did get into Docker Compose, and then it was like Docker Compose was like a response to Kubernetes because whatever. So now I'm still like, well, which one is better? And I just got too burnt out with the Docker stuff, so I said sayonara. I think I prefer like microservices and edge functions or serverless functions anyway, which isn't even really an entire answer for that. But all this to say, it's just so much rigmarole around just getting something running. So here we are. And bun is not going to run in Windows, at least not happily. So we are back in Docker world. And it's like revisiting old memories of like puberty in high school. Not because I was in high school when I was doing Docker, but just because it's painful, you know? Right, so what I was doing, we're in here. I've got the wrong folder here. So what I need to do is actually copy, or maybe like open up this project. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to copy this, and then I'm going to try opening up a different folder. Let's open that up. Let's look at documents and open up this stats folder. No. Okay. Let's bring the stats folder into VS Code and we'll start working from here. Cool. Very silly mistake on my behalf was just making edits to the wrong file. Cool. So we've got this Docker file. This is what it looks like. This is not what I needed to do, though. Okay, cool. This is the file that I'm kind of working with now. Let's just get rid of all that because it has kind of the same stuff. And we'll hit save. And what we're going to do here is we have a couple different Docker images that we can pull from. One of them is this Jared Sumner. He's the creator of Bun. He maintains a Bun Docker image. This one in theory should work. So I'm going to try just running this. So we're going to go here. Nope, sorry, not the WSL. We're going to go into PowerShell. And I have some command up here somewhere. Yes, we're going to build this Docker file. So Docker build, we're going to tag it with this leet bun tag, and we're going to use the Docker file, dockerfile-bun. And we're going to build this current directory. There we go, this current directory. That's what all that is saying. This is going to run Docker build, it's going to download whatever packages we need. You're not going to be able to read that because PowerShell. Thanks. And then, yeah, it's going to basically build the container or the image. Hopefully, does anyone on the stream right now have questions about what a container or an image or Docker is? If you do, ask Stony, because whatever I say, Stony's probably going to yell at me anyway. So thanks, Stony, for being on the stream today. Awesome. So Linux kernel version doesn't support IO Uring, which Bun depends on. So this is the problem that I had ran into before, which is great because obviously pulling from a Docker container like this is not at all what we should be. This is not at all the problem that we should be having. So let's see if we can actually fix this. How did I get this working? I had something like this before. So we're going to, no, not you. We are going to start with an Ubuntu Bionic image, which is, I think, Ubuntu 18. Ubuntu version 18? It may be version 20. It's either 18 or 20. Anyway, it's pretty new. And instead of doing anything, I'm just going to run the shell script. So let's try that one more time. Let's build this. This should actually build fine. The reason the other one didn't build was because we tried running this bun install, which has issues. So that's going to run. Okay, cool. Looks like it finished. Next, we can actually run it. Got those commands in here somewhere. Yeah, we're going to run. So Docker run. We're going to tell it to remove the instance of this container whenever we finish this task. We're going to run it in interactive mode, and this is the tag that we're going to run. So the tags are, let me actually cancel that, Docker images. So we have created this tag 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about? I just built this. Docker images. Yeah, okay. Oh, created 2 weeks ago and probably updated just now. So this is what I'm going to run. Oh shoot, I got rid of that command. So we are going to, there you go, run it. We're going to remove it when it's done running. We're going to run interactive mode. This is the tag we want to run. So this leet bun image. And we're going to run the sh command, which is shell. So we are in shell. We are in this Ubuntu container. So now the next steps are going to be to actually install bun. Now I'm going to copy this, and this is going to throw an error because when I paste it, try to run it, curl is not found. So we say apt install curl, unable to locate package curl. Okay, apt update. That's probably the problem that I was running into last time, is I didn't do the apt update. And what apt update does is it goes to the Ubuntu archives and updates the database of available packages. Something like that. I actually just kind of made that up based off loose knowledge that I have. But essentially it's saying, we don't know what you mean when you say curl. And then all of this, like getting all of this information is, you know, kind of in line with what I sort of made up, as far as going to an archive and downloading some databases of available packages. That's what it is. That's what it does. Trust me. I'm a streamer. So, I just realized every time I log into the chat on my thing, stream, it puts up my chat rules. And I was like, I should really put up good rules, because some people are like, be kind, be friendly, whatever. And some people are like, these are the legit rules. You better follow all of them. And so I looked at them and just read them, and they're actually pretty decent. Like, these are my chat rules. Be generous with your compliments and gracious with your critiques. How wholesome is that? These are my friends. Treat them kindly. Also pretty good. I love answering questions. Ask away. Anything that I'm missing there? I'm sure that there's like code of conduct stuff that we could put. Like, don't be a dick. Stony, you need to reread the chat rules, my dude. Streamu can't figure out how to run shit in WSL. That's actually pretty funny. All right, I'll take that. Cool. Packages upgradable. I freaking hate you. I freaking hate this thing. I can't even type. So annoying. Okay. Docker and WSL is the worst, but we can apt install curl now. Cool. Which is great. We can go ahead and hit yes on that. It's going to install curl. Cool. That means, since that's going to be a requirement for our npm script, we can go ahead and run those commands. So first command that we ran was apt update, right? Right. Second command that we just ran, run apt install -y curl. I didn't use the -y before, but we do want that -y because that's going to say yes. It's not going to prompt you. Next, we're going to try. I freaking hate you. Please stop ruining my life. Being inside of the Docker container, inside of PowerShell is just. I bet there's a way to fix that, but let's paste. No, let's not. Let's copy and let's paste with a right click because it's PowerShell. And it's going to say unzip is required to install bun. Shoot. Well, we need unzip, right? So apt install unzip. Cool. That's going to install. It's going to do a thing. I probably should have hit the Y. I guess I maybe don't need the Y. Didn't need the Y. Clear. Awesome. So now we've got curl and we've got unzip. So I'm going to apt install Y, and I think I can do curl and unzip in the same command maybe for that Docker file. All right, one more time. This time we're getting lucky. Boom, boom, boom. It's doing the thing. It's actually downloading and theoretically installing, right? Booyah. Okay, so now you'd say, oh, cool, I can run bun. And I think you technically could if I copy this and like paste it. Not found, required by root, sh, paste. Ew, got a little too fast. Install, new line. Okay, that didn't work. That's fine, because the thing that we really need is just to add this to the export, or add this to our bashrc file. So we'll copy that, and then we need nano. So apt install nano. Should have hit the -y, I think. No, it's just going to install. Cool. And then we're going to nano. Oh, shoot, I messed that up. Nope. Exit. Control X, please. Control X. No. Oh, great. PowerShell just shut down on me. That's great. Why don't I use the terminal then? Like command terminal? Yeah, I could try that. CMD. Because I don't normally use this. Because ls is not a... No, that's a bad idea. Terminal I normally use is the WSL terminal, but there is a disconnect between the WSL I don't even know what to call it, virtual machine that runs inside of a Windows machine and the actual Windows operating system. And I don't know how to make those talk to each other nicely. So we can try. Sure, we can try. All right. This is going to be a lot more, much more better if it'll work. So now let's just assume, like before I get all do something not so smart, let's open up the actual correct project. So we'll close that. That's fine. Go away. Open up. Cool. We're in the same folder in we're in the same folder in VS Code as we are in. I'm gonna remember. In WSL. That's, you know, I was gonna get there. We have a slightly different thing because we didn't have the run command. So run apt update and then run apt install -y. We want curl, we want unzip, we want nano. Do we want nano? We probably don't want nano, actually. We don't need nano because we're gonna do this the cool way. No, the new terminal. Oh. Windows terminal. Get in store. Sure. Wait. Is it like Unix though? The Windows terminal is modern, fast, efficient, powerful, and productive terminal application for users of command line tools and shells like Command Prompt, PowerShell, WSL. It features includes multiple tabs. Multiple tabs. That's actually pretty nice. Well, I will try it. First review, 4 stars. I wish it could be the default terminal. That's a 4-star? That sounds like it should be a 5-star. That's basically like a glowing review. Second review, 3 stars. It works fine and all, but there's no way to open from the taskbar as admin. PowerShell Core took this a step further by adding open here as admin. Okay, well. Also, it doesn't sound like you're really complaining about much for it to be a 3-star review. Last review, 5 stars. This is nearly everything a CLI user could need. All right. Thanks for the update, Stony. I don't need Auto Copilot. I don't need GitHub Copilot. I got Stony Eagle. I totally blanked on the last part of your name. I got Stony Eagle. Are you making a computer sweat or is it prime time? Not sure what you mean by that. Oh, is there a delay? No, I don't think so. Looks like it's coming through fine. Yeah, it might be my computer. Microsoft Store doesn't even want to open up. That's great. Distractions. Let's get on with it. Cool. We are in stats. We need to build this thing, right? So we're going to do, what is it? Docker build, tag it as the stupid name that I decided to name it before, lead bun, and then we're going to say the Docker file is docker file -bun, and then we're going to say this directory. Cool. That's going to build. This is already a much better experience than the Windows PowerShell. And in theory, this... No. You know why this isn't going to work for me, Stony? This is the annoying thing. This works great if all I need is a terminal and like a build process, but I actually need to be able to access the application through a browser. And because WSL is not any sort of graphical user interface, there is a disconnect between the port system in WSL and the like port system in Windows. So if I were to fire up a node process that opens up in port 3000 on WSL, that doesn't mean I can access port 3000 on Windows. Really annoying, kind of dumb. Once again, like, I'm not a huge Windows hater, but when it comes to a lot of this stuff, I'm a huge Windows hater. So we're going to go back to PowerShell, unfortunately. Run as administrator. For some reason, it died last time. So let's hope that it stays open. Cool. Thanks. It was good knowing you. Let's open up the correct one again. And let's see. You were talking about using WSL CLI. You're talking about Windows Terminal that includes all of them in one place with tabs. Yeah, I would like to. Windows Store, for some reason, doesn't want to open that up. Windows Terminal. Windows Terminal. Give it to me. Sound like freaking, what was that band? The Offspring. Gosh, that was a band that I loved, and I don't necessarily think I would feel the same about them today. Microsoft Store. You're killing me. All right, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. You ready? Microsoft Store. Trying to open this. Get the Microsoft Terminal or Windows Terminal. Well, I guess this is actually progress from last time. Last time it just died. All right, we'll see if that decides to come back at some point. No. Okay, in the meantime, PowerShell, cool. CD to our thing, CD to documents, no, documents, stats, thank you. And we should have run our application. We should have built our application. So I did docker run remove. Now this time I'm not actually going to remove it because I think what's going to happen is all of the work that I did is now done. All of these that I did is now done because they weren't part of the Docker image to begin with. We are going to fix that now though. Let's fix that. Let's rebuild this application or rebuild this Docker image. And then we'll run it. And then by the time that we run it, we should have bun not installed, but almost ready to install. Like we shouldn't need any other things to install it. My computer has issues. Your computer has issues. Your face has issues. I got issues with your attitude. Nah, just kidding. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the Windows Store. I don't think it's my, well, you know what? I don't know if it is the Windows Store because I've been able, or Microsoft Store. I've been able to open it before. I think also it's kind of weird because this is a work computer. So the solution may actually be to turn this off and do, if we can't figure it out, we'll do the next stream from my Ubuntu machine, and that will have probably no problems. Your computer runs bun. That's great for you. Okay, we are going to run this image. We are not going to remove it when it's done, so it's going to have a funny name. Cool. Now I can go ahead and exit, and I can view ps dash, oops, no, ps dash, docker ps all. We can see that the one that we ran 15 minutes ago, that thing's still up. Oh yeah, because it killed my thing. That's an ecstatic. So docker remove ecstatic. You're not going to autocomplete for me? That's great. Stop the container. It's still running. It's cool runnings. All right, fine. Let's see if we can get into it. Docker. Let's clear everything. Let's see if we can get into, oh God, what was the name one more time? I hate this. I hate this so much. Cool. Docker exec it into this machine sh. Cool. We're in. Basically SSH into the Docker container. Do we have bun? No, we do not. No, we don't. No, we don't. That makes sense. Do we have curl? We do have curl. Do we have unzip? We do have unzip. Cool. Okay, so what I want to do next is lie down in a small ball and cry myself to sleep. No, I'm going to run this installer one more time because there is some thing that I forgot to write down. Please give me the thing. There you go. I don't know if this is going to cause a problem installing bun twice. I imagine it wouldn't. Imagine it would just overwrite whatever. But it should tell me the details, and then this is what I want. We need to add this content to our bash RC file. Let's copy that. But we also need to do this in a way that we can reproduce in a Docker script. So I'm going to try this. We're going to echo paste that in. No. That needs a double quote. Oh my God, you have to be freaking kidding me. I cannot backtrace. Okay, we're going to copy that. We're going to clear that command. I'm going to do this in here because this is where it's going to go anyway. We're going to run echo that this double space needs to go away. Get rid of that backslash. Escape that. What is it? Double quote. Cool. I need a carriage return character here, or a new line character, which I believe is n, \n. And then we'll leave that on the same line. We need to, let's see, and I need to exit out of that. Nope, one too many. Cool. We need to run echo. No. Wait. Oh, what am I doing? I think we're good. I think I just need to run echo, which means I don't need to escape these things. Do I need to escape these things? I don't know. We'll find out. Boop. Okay. So echo that. Oh no, we did. I just don't need to escape this first one. So echo and then the line export, escape these first ones, escape the second one, leave the last one, and then we need to pipe that. No, we need to push that into a file called, let's do like whatever, temp.txt. So copy that, hit save, go to here. We need to ls. We can see I'm going to cd into my home folder. I hate this so much. Ls, we can see there's nothing in here. So I can paste this in here, and ls now, we can see we have that temp.txt file because we created it. And if I cat that temp.txt, I can see more or less got it right. It had an extra space there. That looks good, I think. Is this an extra little caret? Okay, path. Yes, the caret is extra. So extra. Do not need that in my life right now. Cool. We're going to put that into txt. I'm going to run that again. because I want to show, I want to make sure, I want to make sure that we are appending to that file and not replacing all the contents of that file. So now if we cat temp.txt, we replace the contents of that file. So let me write that one more time, only this time what we actually want is triple arrows. Okay, we're gonna copy that, go in here, paste that, and okay. No, that should be right. Export bun, boop boop, new line, export path, bun, install bin. Everything is exactly the same except for that arrow. What did I do wrong? Is it just 2? Also get rid of this extra thing. Cool. Copy that. Oh, you son of a gun. Son of a gun. You copy. You paste. Okay. I think yeah. 2 arrows, maybe. Cat temp.txt. We have it correctly. We have put that to the end. Great. I'm going to go ahead and throw an extra new line at the front of this export so that that will be appended to the end with a little bit of space. Not that it really matters. And then I'm going to save that. And then to actually run that, to actually say like this is, let me backtrack really quick. First off, this should not be temp. This should be that source or that bashrc file. So this should go in this file instead of into temp. This should go into your user folder /.bashrc. That's it. Hit save. And by putting that into the bashrc file, what we are effectively telling is our operating system, hey, this is our path and we want to add, I don't know, the bun command to our path, which somehow works. I'm just going to mumble through the next couple sentences so you kind of, that's how it works. That's how it works. I know what I'm talking about. Kind of. Enough. I know enough to talk. So let's see. What do I want to do? First, I'm going to exit. Because first thing I need to do is see that that's going to stay up even if I exit. Okay, cool. So let's get right back into it. Because there's 2 ways to have your bashrc file actually apply changes that you've made. One is to, I think, log out or like exit the terminal and log back in. So this might work. So we're going to put that into our bashrc. We're going to confirm that we have that in our bashrc file now. There it is right at the bottom, just like we had asked it to be. Great. Path equals. I feel like that should have been like an escaped thing though. That probably should actually say the text $path. Maybe I need an escape there. Yeah, I think I messed that up. Okay, let's see if I can nano that /bashrc file. Cool. Let's go down. Let's see if I can make that change. Actually, instead of making that change, let's see if I can just get it to actually do it right. Cool. Let's try running that command one more time, this time with the escaped path. Oh, I think I know how it might work. But I'll try this one more time. Try this again. Okay. Clear. Clear. Paste. Run it. No, I freaking hate this. Every time. Every freaking time. Cat. Meow. Bash. RC. Cool. We got it this time because we escaped it. That's what it should actually look like. Now we can use clear. Clear. No, clear. Oh, clear, please. Thank you. Now we can use source. We can rerun it with the bash RC file. Source not found, of course. I don't know. Apt install source. That's the best solution I've got. Unable to locate package source. It's coming. It's going to happen today. It's going to happen, I promise. Okay. Unable to locate package source. Let's see. Ubuntu reload bash RC. Reload bash RC settings. I hope it doesn't say source. It, of course, says source. Or you can use a shorter version of the command. Okay. Let's try that. Boo. And now I'm in this weird alien language. Okay, cool. Let's get back into that. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I'm going to say bun. Bun is still not found. We are going to do it. Or you could use exec bash. Okay. There we go. ls la my root folder. Bun is in there. Bun is definitely installed. Hubba dubba 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 dub dub. Two popular answers, that and that. Both solutions effectively reload that, but there are differences. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. At this point, I'm a bit at a loss. And I... Okay. All right. Any help I can get on this. I don't know. Alias. Bash. Oh. I don't understand why you want to do all this headache on stream when you can be up and running with your compose file. All right, fine. How do I install Docker Compose? Okay, let's see. Install. Installing Compose. Install Docker Linux, Mac, Windows. Docker Desktop for Windows, I already have. Which I guess means I may already have it. Docker dash compose. Oh, I already have it. Wait, say that one more time. Docker Compose is now in the Docker CLI. Ah. Okay. All right, Stony. Fine. We're going to try this Stony's way because to be honest, I don't know why. Okay, let's try this. We need in this file, is it this file? I think it's this file. So we need a, what is it? Docker-compose.yaml file, I think. Yep, looks right. Cool, we paste in that command and then empty folder, save as Docker compose YML. Okay, let's try this. Docker compose up D. Docker compose up. Actually, what I'm going to try and do instead is Docker compose up. Up. Dash D. Looks like it works the same, which is good. I didn't like having Docker compose and Docker as two different things. So that's cool. Container bun started. Let's see. Docker PS. We have bun edge up and running. Yeah, kind of. Not really, right? So hostname Postgres, not sure why that's there. Image, yes, that looks right. Restart always, networks backend, also probably not necessary. Volume, dot source, dot app, yeah, okay. Entry point, tail dev null. This is basically just so it stays up and running and is up. Doesn't actually do anything. So with that up, it doesn't do anything. I literally just said what it does. Okay, so let's go docker exec it. Crap. What's the name? Bun? No. Bun? No. Yes, bun. Bun sh. Cool. We got into our thing. No. ls. Okay, cool. cd app ls. Here is our stuff because this, okay, cool. This is a volume mounted of our source folder in here to, where is it? Volumes, source to app. Well, let's see if we got a bun command, right? Let's see. Bun dash version. Oh, okay. Thank you, Stony. I don't know why I doubted you. Cool. Looks like bun can run. Looks like we don't have this data mapped correctly though, because we actually do need to copy over. I'm just going to copy over everything, so it'll hopefully just run. Let's see what we can do. Let's exit. Let's run that one more time. It's taking a lot of time. Ah, it's up. Okay. Let's get in there and let's let's cd app and ls. Cool. Now we have all of our source folder or all of our source code here. So I should, in theory, be able to say bun install, and it should. Stony. What am I supposed to do with this, huh? What am I supposed to do with this? And this isn't a Stony thing. This is I'm not even in WSL at this point. I am inside of PowerShell. No, I am inside of, technically I'm inside of a Docker container that's inside of PowerShell. Not inside of PowerShell, but inside of Windows. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So that is as far as we're going to take this. Keep stuff running. You can change the tail command for the bun command. Yes, yes. The only problem is I don't know what the hell. So I'm going to take a 5-minute breather, compose myself. Yes, I am in the container and it still happens. Isn't that weird? So it may be something that is unique to my machine. I think what I'm going to do is come back to this again next week with, not next week. I've got next week off. In fact, I've got the next 2 weeks off. So maybe what I'll do is come back to this on like Friday with my personal computer, which doesn't have any sort of firewall issue. And I will run it, and that's a Linux machine, so that's like, that should not have any problems. We'll try and get this up and running again. I'll use the same repo, we'll do everything, and we'll get Bun running. In the meantime, yeah, you're out of ideas. I've been out of ideas for the last 2 streams on this. But we had some fun with Docker. You got to strong arm me into using Docker Compose and whatever. I showed you that despite succumbing to your advances, Docker is still not great. But Bun did reply. And Bun replied with a big pile of poop in both of our faces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to trying to do the same thing with Dino. I'm hoping that Dino's process will be a little bit easier. We'll do that today. That way we can at least get some benchmarking in again to benchmark the current application state node versus Dino. I think that'll still be interesting. And we'll come back to Bun in the next stream once I stream with my computer, which I still need to get set up for streaming a little bit. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I need to take a break really quick. I will be back, I don't know, a couple of minutes. So what I'm going to do is do this janky ass back in a few minutes. This is my hack for being a little bit not ready for streaming. But there we go. That's a good one. Let's view that file. Let's bump that way up, maybe too far. Yeah. And then what we're going to do is, yeah. There we go. All right. I'll be back in a minute. All right, I'm back. I had to go eat half a donut. Let's see. Stony. I don't think I need help off stream. Honestly, I think it's just a matter of my computer. So I think getting it running on Ubuntu should be just fine. But I appreciate the help. So, next thing. Dino.land. Let's see about getting this going. A modern runtime for JavaScript and TypeScript. So, goodbye, Docker. Let's try this. Curl that PowerShell in Windows. Homebrew. Okay, so this sounds at least more promising that I should be able to do this. Although, if I can do this in WSL, then that should be fine. So let's try that. CD, let's CD streams, stats, and where are we going? All right, we're gonna paste the curl command. It's going to install Dino. Inflating. Cool. Dino was installed successfully. Manually add the directory. So it's asking me to do basically the same thing. Which is kind of annoying once again. I feel like you don't have to do this with Node. Cool. Let's add that. Let's echo. Let's do this. Since I have that here anyway. Let's echo. Nah, I don't know what I'm doing. This is dumb. I'm just gonna do it the normal way. You know what? Let's have fun with this. I've been wanting to learn Vim. Let's do this. Vim. Bash RC. Bash RC. Oh my God. Am I going to be able to get out of this? I don't know. You tell me. Let's go down. Let's do this. How do I go like page down? There's got to be a way. I got to learn Vim, yo. I don't have to learn Vim. What am I talking about? Okay, cool. Oh, that's right. Insert. Cool. I figured out how to do an insert. Let's go down. Let's paste. Let's nope. Let's control Q. Nope. Let's control C. Cool. We're done inserting. Let's colon QI. Enter. Colon X. Did I do it? Did I do it? Did I do it? Dot bash RC. Booyah! I think I did it, right? Yeah, there's my Dino stuff. All right. Hell yeah. Cool. That's such a weird thing to get excited about. Nano is so much easier. Okay. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. That, if anything, that was an accomplishment. Got out of Vim after making changes to a file. So let's see what we've got. Can I run Dino? Dino version. Nope. Dino not found. Let's run source on that /bash rc file. Now we should be able to run Dino version. Oh, did I mean Reno or Zeno? That's interesting. Okay, now I've got Dino. Cool. Control D. Control D? Control D. Control plus D. Control D. There we go. Cool. Let's actually run Dino and say console.log 1 plus 4. 5. Nice. Let's console log 1 plus 2. 3. Is that right? I mean, I know it sounds like a stupid question, but there's some 1 plus 2 0.1 plus 0.2. There you go. That's a weird JavaScript thing. Let's see if we can do this. Thanks, JavaScript. 0.1 plus 0.2. Okay, yeah, it's definitely JavaScript. Perfect. That's accurate. That looks right. Okay, so we've got Dino running. Let's see if we can get this up and going, or let's see if we can actually build something. So HTTP requests, HTTP server hello world. That's going to skip right to the last one. This is what we want. I'm going to go source. I'm going to add a file. We're going to call it dino.js. We're going to paste that in there and hit save. And in theory, this should work. I'm going to change port. I can't change the port. Okay, that's fine, I guess. This is TypeScript, which I don't personally love. So I'm going to get rid of it. And we should be able to run this. Okay, goodbye, PowerShell. Sayonara. Good riddance. Goodbye. I do have some Docker things running. Let me kill that. Delete forever. Cool. Let me kill that. Delete forever. Cool. Oh, I'm deleting things that I should just be stopping, not deleting. Oh well. Cool. Let's delete that. Yes, delete forever. Awesome. Goodbye, Docker. Let's see you. Do we have any Control D? Do we have any Docker stuff running? Docker PS here? No. Great. Okay. Next thing, we need to run our application. So we're going to say dino./source/dino.js. Wasn't expected or isn't valid in this context. Okay, maybe read the documentation. Dino run, allow net. Example locally using the Dino CLI. Okay, we're gonna run allow net. Whoa, okay. Okay, all right, hold on. That's a different file. So I need to get my local file, ./source/dino.js. Module not found. I bet that's because I'm in the wrong file folder. Cool. Let's go back to streams. Yep, there we go. That was a problem. Okay, now I'm in the right folder. Thank you. Silly. Dino.js. We'll put in that source code. Boop, boop. Run that one more time. I don't even know if it ran. Localhost 8000. Doesn't seem to be running. All right, let's try it one more time. With the one that the example they gave us. And this is running. But this is downloading. What I'm guessing is happening, and I could be wrong. What I'm guessing is happening is it is running the source code at this folder, or the source code at this file. So if I open this up, yeah, it's just running this thing. Okay, well, let's get it running first and foremost. Okay, that's my CLI example. Great. Let's start with hello world then. Console log hello world. So I don't get it. The one and only line in this program will print this. Dino programs can either be written in JavaScript or TypeScript. But how do I run a local file? Logging with colors. Okay, main utils. Can also export variables. Okay, don't need to worry about dependency management for the time being. Don't need to worry about importing JSON. I just want to run a local file. That'd be great. Manual. Run the runtime. That's probably not it. All right, CLI run. Okay, this is not working. Function run. No, manual. It's not working. Okay. Can I do dino./source dino.js? Argument context. Options. Okay, fine. Dino help. How about that? Dino options subcommand. To start a REPL, yes. To execute a script, yes. But if the script is local, shouldn't that run be the one to do it? Options, bench, cool. I like that. I like that there's a benchmarking option. Bundle my code, cache, check, compile, coverage docs, eval, help, info, install. Okay. Dino run. Dino run help. Making some progress. Okay, so Dino run that. Grant all permissions. Read file name. Okay, don't need that. Script args. I feel like, okay, am I crazy? Tell me for real. Am I crazy that I should be able to reference my script and Dino should run it? Allow all, config, cache only, help, import, prompt, client. Yeah. Like this. No, wait. Like this should work. Dino run. Maybe it's just like source. Okay. All right. There we go. / also worked. Okay. So we need the allow net bypass. Allow net. All right, works this time apparently. Cool. Let's reload, and we have hello world. Awesome, which makes sense because if we say hello Twitch and maybe reload, no, it's not going to reload because we don't have a watcher. So can we run that? Run with a W command? No, we cannot. Value rather than flag. Dino run. Let's see if there is a watch. Watch. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So had it right, just not a single W. -- watch. Cool. Reload, we see hello Twitch. Undo those changes. We should see hello world. We did see a file change detected, and we can reload our browser and we get that. Okay, cool. That's great. Not particularly helpful for what we're trying to do necessarily, but finally, I have some progress here. So what I can do is I need, this is going to be a pain. This is going to be a pain because right now my get HTML is still using node dependencies. So I need to refactor this so that when it generates the HTML, it actually has no dependencies. It just spits out the data. So let's refactor this. Start time. Ugh, that's annoying. All right, let's refactor this so that it's just one large config option that says all of the data that we want to show. So we're gonna have load averages. What am I using from there? Math floor. Okay, load averages. Load averages is going to be an array with some sort of number, and then what the hell happened there? Okay. Thank you. And then we need the start usage. Is going to be a number. And then CPU usage. Right, start usage. Is going to be an object with system and user, I think. User and system. Which actually means I don't need start usage because I will have that here. Burp. CPU usage was, user and system. Cool. It's going to be user is a number, system is a number, load average we're going to have, CPU usage we're going to have, memory usage stats is going to have that's so annoying. Okay. Config start. HR time, config end time. Start time, end time, same thing. There we go. Okay, last couple of things. Memory usage. CPU usage, memory usage. This probably shouldn't be, probably not doing the right type of casing for that, but that's okay. I should be able to run a file. Did you inspire me to make this? I don't know what you're talking about. Heap total. Heap total. Heap total. Okay. Heap total is going to be a number as is heap used as is RSS. Cool. Don't need you. Memory usage is done. Get rid of all this. Cool. That's what we've got. Memory usage we are no longer using. So we should be able to build our HTML then like this. There are a couple errors now that I should have to fix. Cool. Bunch of errors to fix. Memory usage stats. This is going to be config.memory usage. Sony, what are you sending me? Oh, well, that's the inspiration. No, I didn't know that you were building something like this. No, I want to... total mem and free mem. Dang, okay. Total mem and free mem. Oh gosh, there's so much. Let's see. This is going to be config dot CPU usage, right? This needs to be number of CPUs. CPU underscore num. Nope. This is config dot that. Cool. Let's go to config. We need number of CPUs. So CPU num is a number. We also, let's see, we're not using any of this anymore. Where is OS? Okay, total memory and free memory. Shoot, what was it? Yeah. Total mem and this and that should be free mem. Free mem. Start time, end time, load averages, CPU, memory usage. So we have here total mem is a number and free mem is a number. Something like that. Okay, that gets us a lot of the stuff that is ready to be... That pretty much gets us the generate HTML, like generate report, is done. So it is now cross-platform. It's purely just JavaScript, which means in Dino we need to figure out a way to, we need to import it and then figure out a way to grab all that information and report on it. So we're going to say import, what is it? Get HTML from / get HTML.js. Thank you. And what was that other stuff? Import get. Oh, now you're gonna recommend it. Thanks. Get. What do you got? Get all. What is this? From TypeScript. Okay, that's interesting. Cool. You have this app for a log time now. Yeah, I mean, if you know, well, how are you generating that data? Because I don't know if you're using Node. I don't think you are using Node. So, okay, we need to generate a response, which means we need to get some information. And the information we need to get is going to be to get HTML. It's going to be an object, and that object is going to expect all of this information. So I need to figure out how to calculate all this stuff. I actually don't know if I do need to figure out how do I calculate all this stuff, because the key thing is we need to be able to measure all this across platforms. But if the platform itself doesn't inherently support, I mean, I feel like it's actually kind of unfair to use the platform provided benchmarking tool, and we should really use some sort of third-party benchmarking tool to say this is how much memory is being used or whatever. Oh yeah, well, I don't know if I'm gonna, if you have secrets for benchmarking Node applications or getting all that information, let me know. I'd be curious. But no, I'm not building this for you because not everything revolves around you. Oh, look, someone messaged me in the bun chat. Oh, interesting. Seems to be a bun problem just on my end. That's unfortunate. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what Dino makes available to us. So as far as reporting stuff, let's see. Do we have an API? Yes, we do. So let's see what we have available. WebAssembly, blob, Dino buffer, Dino errors, file system, permissions, process. That might be helpful. GPU, maybe. GPU handler, textures, okay. Performance mark, awesome. Performance measure, awesome. URL pattern, WebAssembly. WebAssembly, I'm not going to do any WebAssembly stuff. Variables, what are these things? Classes, okay. Namespaces, Dino. Grab that. Variables, port signal, crypto, Dino args, Dino build, Dino env. Don't think I'm going to need that. Your PPID. The ID of your PP. Form data, beautiful API. Performance, cool. Functions, here we go. These will also be helpful. Clearable, change directory, change permissions, change ownership. fstat returns a Dino file to do fstat sync. Inspect. No. Kill, link, listen. Memory usage. Beautiful. This must be one of the most exciting streams going on at the moment. Just gonna put it out there. We are reading through the Dino API documentation. Interfaces, I don't think I care about. I think that's going to be the TypeScript stuff. Lots of interfaces. Type aliases, probably also something that is not going to be functionally relevant to me. So let's look. Dino process, what does it give us? Some stuff about the process. Close, kill, status. Function will return the same status. Okay. Nope, probably not what I want. GPU. No thanks. Performance mark. It's an abstract interface. Okay. Extends that. Constructor. Properties. Detail and entry type. Okay. Gonna pass on that. Performance measure. Is an abstract interface for object. Measure entries. With performance as a name. Also probably not what I need. Dino. I feel like we already looked through this. We did to some degree. Yeah, we did. Starting to reach that level of reading through a stream where starting to feel a little bit you know when you get so tired that you start getting delusional? Delirious? Delirious? Delirious, not delusional. That's where we're at. Let's do this. Okay. Performance. var performance is a performance, is an interface of performance. How do I get it though? How do I use it? Performance measure. Measure. New performance. Okay. All right, maybe I can do this. Let's try this. When this law runs, we're gonna undo that change. We'll work on that hello world stuff in a moment. We're gonna say const p equals new performance p dot okay p dot get entries for const e for const e of p dot entries console log e. I don't know. Let's see. Boop, reload, internal server error. Cool. What was the error? Illegal constructor. All right, that's fine. We're going to see t equals performance now. Stores the DOM high res timestamp duration between two marks along the associated name. Okay. Performance measure. An abstract interface. Great. Cool. Not helpful. Function, memory usage. All right, fine. Don't want to do that. Let's start with something, right? Let's make some progress. Let's go console log dino.memory usage. Dino is not defined. I don't know how to define it. Didn't seem to have an error though. And we got the same information that we get from Node. So that's pretty cool. Okay, all right. Next. That's as far as I've gotten. So in addition to the memory usage, I need like CPU usage. Okay, let's get this performance thing working. I need a performance. I need a performance. Oh geez, I'm not gonna read through all that. No siree. Okay, let's try this. Dino new performance. I'm gonna get some theater group that does something weird dinosaur show. Introduction to Dino is better than Node. Of course, performance is not gonna be super helpful. All right, let's toss this over to the Googs. And let's put some quotes around new performance. Yeah, okay, documentation, that makes sense. W3 cub docs. Cool, looks like they just cloned the documentation. Swix on Twitter may be helpful. Okay, not great. I once again at a loss. Quoting doesn't work in Google anymore. How do I get exact match then? I mean, it kind of worked. I see exact match here. I see exact match there. I see exact match there. I see an exact match there. I see a close to exact match. Exact match. Exact match. Exact match. Exact. I mean, Stoney, you're not making a super compelling argument right now. I could be wrong. Don't see an exact match here. Could be wrong. I could be wrong. Well, this is like, looks like a broken page anyway. Cool. I don't even think I see Dino on here. Dino, I do see Dino. Performance. New. Don't see new. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I'm gonna go back to doing stuff that I know how to do. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's close that. Get HTML. You need to be you kind of need to be redone. So let's see what we can do about this. I'm going to stop the Dino stuff until I can do some more reading on it. And we are going to npm run dev, which I think is going to try an Express server. Cool. Ports running on 8,000. I doubt that. Yeah, cannot read undefined reading user. That makes sense. I think we are on Express here though. So what I need to do is I'm going to spend the rest of the time getting this form set up so that we can configure things from the UI side instead of just on the server side. Really don't know what I'm doing with my life. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's get this actually working. So the things that I want to do, I got this really interesting function that's actually going to like destroy my computer with using so much memory and time. So that's going to be an interesting, we're going to build this so that it just like sucks at performance and see what we can do about fixing that. So get HTML first and foremost, the args here. Args is missing a bunch of things. So I need to look at the difference in get HTML. I need to bring in some of these things into index.js, HR, node path, node process, node URL. Let's go, don't need you anymore. Got the rest of these. Cool. Now, what did it look like before? We had these hombres. And just before we call get HTML, we need all this stuff. This is going to be burp. What is this? Args, get HTML. This load averages. So I need to mark this as a no. At type of parameters of get HTML. There we go. Okay. Sentry does not exist on type config. Something like that. So now if I do down here, I can say, no, I got something wrong here. Parameters, get HTML 0. Okay, cool. We've got it. The first parameter. Nice. Awesome. Cool. So we need, what do I have? Load averages. Load averages is going to be this. Number array is not assignable to type number. Actually kind of is, but that's okay. And then we have the start usage. What is this looking for next? End time. We have the start time, which I'm literally just taking there. I don't think the start and end time is going to work very well. So start time we're going to get rid of. Yeah, you need stream just been a func. Oh. Yeah, Brant, you got to get on the streams. You're doing us a disservice. Okay, CPU numbers is going to come from os.something. os.cpus.length. CPU usage is going to be CPU usage stats. Okay, we need to do that. Dot system plus that dot user. Memory usage. Memory usage is going to be an object, I think, with heap total is memory usage stats dot heap total, and then heap used, and then RSS. Cool. And then request start. I think we're just not using that. Cool. What are we missing? Nothing. Got everything. Is that right? That's not right. That's what we're missing. Free mem and total mem. Free mem. Free mem and total mem. Okay. Free mem is going to be os dot free mem. Nope. Total mem is going to be os dot total mem. Okay, with that, I think we're providing all of the information to get HTML. Nope. Sentry, unexpected identifier. Oh. Ho. Silly me. Okay. Load averages is not defined. Get HTML. Load averages is not defined. That's right. That's because that should be load averages is config.loadAverages. There we go. Okay, try this one more time. Reload. Hello? Reload. Okay. It's kind of working. Cool. All right, let's figure out this customizable UI thing so we can actually like turn some things on and turn some things off, right? So we have in our index.js file, we are going to get the scripts. Yep, we're going to include certain things. We are including or not including Google Tag Manager. Sentry we're trying to turn off. So let's turn off cdnjf Google Tag Manager, hit enter. We go into our head. We see a script to Partytown, which we should not. We see a script to Tailwind. We should really only see the script to Sentry. Interesting. All right, let's see what we've got. Console log scripts. And what I need to do as well is, what I need to do is also provide the, what I need to do is provide the URL search params object. Do I? Let's say URL is going to be request dot URL, I think. All right, you can check on someone who's doing something cool. All right, could have just left it at that. Yeah, sounds good. Who are you going to? Let me know, because by the time that my raid time comes around, we might head over there. So I'm going to pass the request URL. Let's see what that is. Scripts, console log request URL. Probably pass the entire URL to this thing so that it can actually build it itself. And we get Sentry, we get scripts.sentry. That's not what I wanted. I want the actual entire URL object. But that should actually be all right. So if I take this, where is it? If I take this URL and I throw that into a URL constructor, we can say const u equals new URL. We'll throw that script in. Invalid URL. Annoying. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll check out Alan. I'm going to give him a follow right now. Python, JavaScript, web development, programming, English, building in public. All right, followed. Come check that out a little bit later. What I need is, okay, fine. If we do URL search params, we do get that, and we can get u.get scripts. And okay, for const e of u console log e. Interesting. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Let's go express get full URL. It's going to have me do a bunch of things, isn't it? Request.protocol full URL equals request protocol plus that plus request.getHost plus request.original URL. Fun, very fun. Protocol host original URL. Awesome. That's what I want. That's what I'm working with. Cool. Reload. What's it going to tell me? Server is running. Yes, that is what I want. So we're going to take that and we're going to say const URL is equal to new URL of that. Fine, sure. Let's actually do the backticky thing, just because I think that looks a little bit nicer. Backticky, 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 and backticky. Cool, that's my URL, and I'm going to pass the URL in as the URL object here. Once I have that, I can say that I am expecting a URL, which is a type of URL. And I should be able to say config.url.get search params.get. Okay, cool. I want to get all scripts. I want to say const scripts equals that. And then we'll say config partytown sentry. This is going to tell us, I'm doing this, this is all unnecessary. I already have this information. Where we do partytown, where we do the form, I can say, where's my form? My form's up top. So I can say, okay. That should already be set. Interesting, interesting. Why is that not showing up? Or why is that showing up as a truthy thing? Type checked equals true. Even, well, yeah, that makes sense. But this one should not be true. Checked equals false. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. That's why. Gosh, there's some things about HTML that are so frustrating. For example, checked. Checked equals false. That needs to be a tweet. Let me tweet this really quick. Did you know input type equals checkbox checked equals false will produce a checked input? Okay, let's see. Where is it? You were the chosen one meme. GIF. Definitely a GIF. GIF. Hold on 1 second. Obi-Wan yelling at Anakin, "You were the chosen one." Always got to have those alt tags, you know. Cool. Tweet that out. Let's do it. Okay, back here. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, ain't that right? Ain't that just great? So the solution here is where we have checked equals, we are actually going to remove that, go to the end of our thing, check if it's there, and then if it is, we'll put in checked, otherwise empty string. And that's how that works. Kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. In fact, type equals checkbox. What we're going to do here, because I really don't love having, really don't love having this extra space here. Get rid of that. Go to checked, add the space there. Oh, because it's one of those funky attributes with no value. That's right. Cool. Reload this. We should hopefully only see sentry. We don't see sentry. Is that right? That's not right. That is right, technically. We see ah. I see the problem. You see the problem? I see the problem. That's the problem. Okay, hit save one more time. This time for real. This time for real is the other time didn't count. Boom. There we go. CDN.js. Submit. Reload. There it is. Awesome. Okay, so we've got that. Do we have it actually working? We've got what is this? This is CDN. No, this is Sentry. And this is CDN.js. Cool. Awesome. Okay, next thing's next. That's kind of annoying. We need to do the same thing with our other input. We've got CDN.js. We've got PartyTown. We need to do the logic on if PartyTown is there. So easy enough. Copy that. Paste it here. If config.partytown, we'll do that. Now we need to modify our scripts here to check basically replace this PartyTown thing, makes these kind of, the browser doesn't know what to do with them. So we need to check if PartyTown is set. And if it is, or if it isn't, we'll replace these values. So we're going to say PartyTown text that PartyTown, text PartyTown, type of text PartyTown. And we're going to say burp, 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 burp. If, config.partytown question mark, throw in that as a string. Otherwise, add it as text/JavaScript. Cool. That almost works. That almost works, but we have too much of this going on. Beep, 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 beep. A little too much here still. Hit save. I think that's looking right. So if I reload now, these should be text JavaScript, not text partytown. Okay. Little error. Where's my error? We're gonna go, let's see. Partytown, this is where we add partytown, that should be fine. Config sentry, question mark is going to return. This string, partytown, yes, otherwise JavaScript, closes that, and then closes that, cool. This looks right. Partytown or JavaScript, closes that. Here we go. Here's my error. There we go. Do we have any more of these? No. Cool. Fixed. Wow. Reload. All right. We've got our scripts. They are text JavaScript, perfect. And then if we include partytown, we submit, we see in our head, we've got our scripts, which are text partytown. Got it. Okay. This will be interesting. I like doing things that I can actually do. It's much nicer. Okay, so we've got Partytown. What are the other things that we're doing in this project? CPUs, we're reporting. There's going to be a lot. There is going to be a lot. So in this index.html or index.js file, what's the next thing? We've got web frameworks. We've got cluster. I mean, we don't really. Oh, we do have web frameworks. We've got clusters. We've got Partytown integration. Cool. I'm going to start doing some of the image optimizations. So I think what I need to do is actually have multiple of the same type of image. With quality, lazy loading, decoding, and then the format, and then fetch priority as well. So let's start with lazy load images. All right, so this little dude can also have a configuration option for images, which is going to be an object. We're going to say lazy is a Boolean, decode is a Boolean, size, quality, decode, WebP, fetch priority. Let's go lazy load, decode, Boolean, proper. Well, let's just do size, Boolean, quality, Boolean, size, quality, lazy, decode, format, Boolean, And oh no, format is going to be JPEG/PNG or WebP or AVIF. And then the fetch priority is, I don't know, an empty string for now. Fetch priority I actually don't really know much about. So, high, low, medium. Let's see. Image fetch priority. Interface represents a hint given to the browser on how it should prioritize fetch images, fetch of the image relative to other images. I think we're going to skip that one. That one is very much more subjective. So, no fetch priority. I'm going to say, start working on the images. All right, let's say for this one, loading is going to equal, and I need to escape that and check config.images.lazy ? And if so, we'll do lazy. And if not, we'll do eager, which is the default. And then we've got this decoding one. Nice, decode. IMG decode. This is not what I wanted. Image loading. Decode attribute. Not going to help us improve performance. Decoding equals async. That's what I want. Sync, async, and auto. We'll let the browser determine this approach. Render continuously only after image is ready. Preferred for a complete experience. Continue rendering as soon as the image decoding is. The browser will update the presentation. Preferred for performance. Cool. So it can either be sync or async. I think the default is sync. Or I guess the default is auto. So that's actually going to be one of 3 different options. So let's go image. Lazy decode is going to be sync or async or auto. We're going to come down here and say after images.lazy, we're going to do another one that is decode equals config.images.decode or auto. No, that's not how you spell auto. A-U-T-O. Okay. Let's see what we've got so far. Reload that. Check out this image. Oh, reading lazy. Aha. That's right. That makes sense. This is going to be images. It's just going to be an empty object for now. Okay, so now we have some images that are loading is eager, decode is auto. Kind of messed up that syntax. So get HTML, the images lazy should be closed off. There we go. And then we have decode, and decode also needs to be closed off. And with that out of the way, we can see that the images are loading eagerly and are set to decode auto, and we should be able to now modify that in our get HTML. So let's go here and let's go, what do I want here? Input field set. Okay, we need another field set for images. It's going to be scripts. This is going to be okay, let's grab this guy out of here, put that in there, shift that over, get rid of the margin bottom, and then use partytown.js to offload scripts to workers. Okay, then we need another field set for images. And we're going to say ID is image low lazy. Name is going to be img lazy. Type of checkbox, and we're going to say images.lazy. Cool. Let's see. Lazy load. Then we need ID. I'm going to say image decode. Ha ha ha. Value. Yeah. Image decoding is actually going to be a type of select. So we're going to move this up, label up, and this is going to be for image decode. It's going to be decoding. And we're going to make a select box. Select. And we'll say option. I think I'm going to, I'll just do it by hand. Option, we're going to say auto. And this is going to be default. We're going to say sync. And we're going to say async. And this option value is going to be whatever that is, lowercase, and the select name now. ID name is all I need. And I think what I can do is now take this. Don't need this, don't need that. And I should be able to set the value here, I think. Value equals sync. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay, decoding, that is, so we can't do that. That's annoying. Okay, what do I need? I need for each of these value, burp, you need to have, let's see, if century fig dot images dot decode triple equals your value question mark output space selected. This first one doesn't need it because that'll just be selected by default. Okay, and then I don't know what else am I going to have on here. For the images, we're going to have lazy loading, decoding, size, quality, and format. Image size, images dot size, value, image size, name, img size, use proper size. I'm just going to copy this one, paste that there, get rid of this last one, and then instead of size, we're going to do format. Format. Size, format? No. Format? Wait. Size, quality. IMG, let's gonna say compressed. Optimized. Optimized. I think we're just going to have two versions. One is unoptimized, one is properly optimized with the right size and optimization quality. Yeah. So we'll get rid of size. We'll just say optimize images, or optimized. Optimized. There we go. Optimized. This is now going to say, instead of size, we're just going to say optimized. Quality we don't need. And we've got format. Hoo-wee, this is a lot of work. What up, Rugmat? What's going on? Let's see what we're building. Right now I'm just building a UI to be able to manage how this page loads so that we can say like, oh, I want my images to load lazily. I want them to be optimized. I want the decoding to be synchronous or whatever. So that when I come down here, they get the right loading. Loading is not set correctly. Decoding is not set correctly because I haven't implemented that yet. But so that we can basically assign those things, those values. So that's great. So we've got these eager loading. No, that's not what I want. Kind of is what I want actually. But I need to keep messing around with this or finish up this form. So I've got, let's see, for optimize, image optimize, images optimize. Yes, if they're checked. Okay, last one here is this select input, which is going to say, what would you call like JPEG and PNG format images? Would they have like a certain, I don't know, like old formats or traditional formats versus WebP and AVIF? We'll see. So we're going to say format image decode is going to become image image format. Scripts is going to be changed to image format, which means decode needs to go there as well. There we go. Okay, let's see. We've got image format. We've got images dot format is going to equal I'm going to say first value is not going to be set. We're just going to call it default, which will be JPEG/PNG. Second one is going to be called WebP or WebP. Third one is going to be called AVIF. And the value is going to be AVIF, And the sync option is going to be WebP. Well, no, because WebP and AVIF are also raster. So I'm not going to do any SVG versus raster, because really that matters a lot more greatly on the image itself. But as far as raster-based images, you can get a lot better, the same or better quality with much smaller file sizes using WebP or AVIF. Okay. Value auto. It's not going to have a value. It's just going to be default. No, we're going to do value. I don't know. I think if I do that, it's going to actually take the option value. So if I leave it and I submit, yeah, see, it's going to set it to default JPEG. So we're actually going to do the value here. It's going to be just an empty string. That way, when I reload and I submit, wait, okay, image decode is WebP. That's not correct. Oh, shoot. I got the wrong thing. Okay, that's fine. I have it here still. Image format. Move that down here. And then replace that. Where's my select? Here. Okay, image format. Let's see. Image decoding is now auto, which I guess I can set that to an empty string as well. Cool. Next gen compression. Yeah, I know, but then you get into this weird thing where it's like modern web format, and you have that technically refers to WebP, but WebP is kind of on the precipice of being replaced by AVIF and or JPEG XL. So image format auto decode is default JPEG. Image decode. Image decode. Decode. Format. Decode should be auto. Name image decode. Name image format. What's going on here? Okay, decode sync, format WebP. That looks right. Decode empty, format empty. Cool. That is correct. Okay, now I have those values, and I need to pass them from my URL search params to this argument. So the fact that I have this URL, I think I'm actually going to use that URL for the rest of these, because it doesn't make sense to pass this information in multiple places when I'm really just going to be pulling it out of the URL anyway. So I'm going to take this URL object and I'm going to say const query equals config.url.search params. No, search params. And let's say const img equals an object where we say image.lazy equals query dot, isn't it query dot something? No? No help? URL search params? Image.lazy, there we go, equals query dot, there we go, get. And we're going to get image-lazy. And down here, we're going to say, instead of config.images, it's going to be img. Okay, and then this one is going to be query.lazy. If I send that over, okay, checked, we have a problem. Lazy loading that image. I'm doing this all wrong. This should, where is it? Lazy loading image form, input, here we go. This input value should not be image equals lazy because it's basically either going to be there or not. So if it's not checked and we submit it, we have nothing that says image lazy. If we click it and we submit it, we get, that's actually not right. If we click it and we submit it, are you freaking kidding me? I didn't hit save. Gotta hit save. Then the default that it should go across the wire without any sort of value is going to be on. So it's either going to be there or not. If I click it, hit submit, we see that image lazy equals on. So we really only need to check that it's there. So we can say query dot has image dot lazy. As long as it's set, we know it's going to be true. Because it's either going to be on or it's not going to be, sent. Technically that would be off, but it doesn't send it if it's not checked. So it's kind of weird. HTML forms, man, they're a thing. Cool. So we can do the same for decode, right? Decode. If image.has decode, this actually isn't quite true. Decode is going to be image.get decode. There's only going to be one value, so we don't need to get all. And decode is going to either be, in this case, an empty string. If it's that, we submit that. It's not set, or we set it to sync. And there you go, image decode equals sync. It's preset to sync. That's working. We can reload now, no problem. We can also set lazy and set that, and that's set. Great. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this decode option down below because I think that's probably the least common. So we're going to go show me the difference if I optimize an image, and then show me if I lazy load it, and then if I use a different format, and then if I decode it. So that's the format, or that's the direction we're going. So we have lazy, we have optimized, lazy, and then we have the format. Great. URL search parameters. It's happening. If I reload, I can see I can customize lazy load. I can customize the decoding. I can customize WebP, and I can say optimize. And selecting that and submitting will still keep my options saved. Now the question is, am I actually applying those changes? I do see lazy loading, and I do see decoding a line. I don't see the optimized version because I haven't done that, and I don't see the format because I haven't implemented that either. So that's going to be a bit of work. That's going to be a bit of work, which I don't want to do on the stream just yet anyway. Okay. With this, I need to also modify these things so that we have images, we have scripts, and we're going to say query.has. Let's see. So let's modify this part now. So instead of config.partytown, we're going to say I almost feel like these has ones really don't need to be like that, but that's all right. Scripts, partytown. Scripts dot has partytown. We're going to say, oops, we're going to say image. I'm going to call this JS. Yeah. I'm going to say JS-partytown, get rid of that, get rid of that, and that. Okay, next we're going to say, man, you know, I almost feel like there shouldn't even be a get. You should just always use get all. And I'll explain that. I may not explain that. I'll explain that if you're really wondering. But let's see, config.partytown. Let's replace all of those instances with js.partytown. Cool. Means we can get rid of Century. We can get rid of all of that. And we can say Sentry, right? Partytown. So we need to say if JS Sentry. We need to say if query dot get all, and then we want to say scripts. Or JS scripts, I guess, dot has includes Sentry. That's going to tell me query.getAll should return something, right? Should return something. So we're going to do the same. Sentry. No, we're going to leave that. We're going to say scripts. Cool. Then we're going to say if config dot Sentry CDNJS and tag manager, we're going to say if js.scripts.includes, and then Sentry, and then cdn.js, and then tag manager. And that. And config.tag manager. Yeah, it's just like, because at some point you're going to be like, okay, I want to be able to assign this to the value that the user passes. And then you're going to get to some point where it's like, oh, what if we want to be able to support multiple options? Like instead of a single value input, you want to turn it into a checkbox or like multiple checkboxes, where you start with a select option and you're like, oh, we want to actually make this like select option allow for multiple values. And yeah, it's just get all, because get all will either return an empty array or an array with, the values in it. Okay, so checkboxes. We're going to say config dot whatever tag manager. We're going to say boop config dot scripts. Yeah, dot includes. And then we're going to go kebab case, and close that and close that. And I think I got that right. Image optimize. You're complaining because you want to be on a new line. I don't really care. Got a little bit of dueling formatters, which is always annoying. CPU, okay, so that stuff is all still going to have to come from the config options, but we no longer need, all of those things. We don't need this either. This is all stuff that I cannot get from the URL, so I think we're good. So if we go back to Express here, I shouldn't have to include this images thing. I shouldn't have to include Sentry, cdn.js, tag manager, or party town, which means I don't think I need these scripts, right? This is going to say, hey, it's not being used. No. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's complaining about something else. But I shouldn't be using this either, so get rid of all that. And I think we got it. Load averages. Where's this coming from? Okay, don't need you. Okay, let's see what we've got. Reload everything. Fingers crossed. Oh. It's working? Sentry? Submit? Not working. Scripts. It may almost be working. I'm saying, yeah. I just didn't rename my form inputs. So name scripts actually needs to be name js-scripts. Cool. So now Sentry, submit, and we got it. cdn.js, and we got that. Use partytown, and we don't have that. Because that should also be JS partytown. Name is JS-partytown. Cool. That's it. Okay, awesome. Let's do some server-side craziness, right? So I have in my Express application a couple of different routes that I have designed. How it work with so much red squiggles? Yeah, it's are you asking how it manages to work, or how do I manage to work? The problem is I know that it's just like a prettier thing, which I hate sometimes. It's like, oh, you need to add a new line here. But unfortunately, like, I kind of like prettier. I really don't like how they don't make everything configurable. So like to say like when this would actually need to be on a new line, it's like, hey, put a new line here, please. And then Prettier's happy, but no, wait. There you go. So now Prettier's happy, right? But if I hit save, for some reason, it gets reformatted twice. So once with Prettier through ESLint, and once through some other formatter that I don't know. So I'm not too worried about it. This is not important. It runs. It's fine. Okay. Phil's, what up? Both. Yes, very opinionated. Hi, Phil's. Okay, next thing I want to do is I have this Express application. I've got some routes. The original plan was maybe I would have different routes that I could send some sort of JavaScript request and wait for it to come back. I think what I'm going to do, though, because the idea was have an API that essentially like does a lot of resource usage. So either writing a lot to the disk, or storing a lot in memory, or using a lot of just time complexity. And Phil's, thank you for your contribution here. It's a great function. It practically killed my computer when I just like tested it out to make sure that it worked. But it works quite well. So what we're going to do is have this function that not only takes a long time to run, but also eats up a lot of memory. And instead of having this as an API endpoint, we are actually going to include this in the HTML and have it configurable so that people can be like, I want this to take a lot of time. So let's start with the I don't know, the URL for it, or let me put it in here, I guess. We're going to have a function called heavy load, which sounds like you're going to the bathroom, if I'm honest. Heavy load takes a parameter called count, which I believe is a number. It is a number. Yeah, it's a number, which means we probably don't need to do this multiple times. I don't think. There's a whole bunch of stuff that it does. I'll probably have to figure this out as I go through it, but I did test that it at least works. Count permanent count implicitly has type any. Oops, I forgot to put count in there. Heavy load is not being used, so we're going to say browser didn't like it. Yeah, you had to kill the browser. Yeah, same here. Phil's heavy load. uh, SJUS. SJUS. What is SJUS? You did it? Or you did it just in the browser, maybe, is what you were trying to say? Yeah, I like copy and pasted into the browser, and it was like, nah, dude. Fortunately, I think the resources were kind of sandboxed, so it only killed the one browser, and the rest of my PC was working fine. But my memory, let's actually like run it so you can see, because it's kind of funny. So yes, okay, cool. Yeah, a little bit of a delay, it seems. So I want to basically say, hey, up here, we're going to call heavy load. We're going to say, if query dot has, I don't know, heavy load. Sure. If query dot has heavy load, then just execute it, right? No. I want to have some sort of range. So I'm going to say, if it has a heavy load, then I don't love this approach, because this is another thing that's really annoying, is if you send an empty string, this will still be truthy. Or has will be truthy. Has will be true, but get an empty string will be falsy. So what we're going to do is, I want to limit the maximum heavy load that you can produce. Because this, I can't just like leave this unbounded. It's going to like make my machine fall over probably. Would be kind of cool to allow it to do that, right? Like allow a way for users to actually crash the service. I think I may throw that in, but I want to figure out, I do want to figure out at what point each server will crash, because eventually I want to do some vertical scaling and then maybe some horizontal scaling. So we'll need to offer some heavy load. The problem with this heavy load function is it won't actually work for horizontal scaling. What I mean by that is, with vertical scaling, we can say, hey, if we're seeing that our server is under a lot of heavy stress from load, like legitimate load testing, which could be from a lot of people coming at once, then, well, I guess, no, there's two different types of heavy loads, right? There's heavy load that is one very heavy process, which we're doing the example of. The other sort of heavy load is a lot of small process happening all at the same time from a lot of users, from a lot of requests. Vertical scaling can solve both of those, because vertical scaling is saying, hey, we have a computer with 4 gigabytes of RAM, let's up it to 8 or 16 or whatever. And then it can basically run the heavy process or the several small processes and handle those just fine. Problem with vertical scaling is you really do have an upper limit, which is whatever the service provider offers, and then that's it. You can't scale anymore. Horizontal scaling, you can technically kind of scale almost infinitely and scale those vertically. But you could say, cool, we have a computer with 4 gigabytes of RAM. Let's put a load balancer in front of that so that when a request comes in, all of the even number requests go to computer A, and then let's get another computer with 4 gigabytes of RAM, and let's make all of the odd number requests go to B. So then you can say, cool, basically you're splitting half of the traffic across these two computers, and you can split even more as you add more computers. And there's different types of load balancing approaches. So what I just described is, I think that would be called round robin, where you basically go to each one in turn and start over from the beginning. I don't know all the load balancing terms, but I do know some of the sort of approaches. Another one is, I think it's called fan out, and that's where you basically take all of the traffic and you pass it all to one server until roughly you reach a certain limit, so that you kind of bring that server to capacity before you start sending traffic to the next server. So you can, as far as simulating these requests at the same time, that is one thing that we've implemented in Node here, because you can see that we have all of these worker threads and we have all of these servers up and running. There's 8 of them, which correspond to the number of CPUs on my machine. That's slightly different than using a reverse proxy to send it to different machines, because one is you're still using the resources on a physical machine versus splitting resources across multiple machines, which could in turn have multiple CPUs. Yeah, basically different threads, but I'm not a super expert in that, so that's kind of what we're doing here. Okay, so yeah, you just posted a bunch of alien language. I have no idea what balance RR or active backup or balance XOR are, so sorry, I'm a JavaScript guy. All right, so let's say if we get that, then if we get that, we can let our Node application die if we want to. What I'm thinking here, like, you kind of always have to think defensively. It's like, yeah, if I do this from the UI, I can expect to get reasonable numbers, but it's possible that someone's just like customizes the URL. If they customize the URL, I expect this to be a number, but they might send in like the word cat. So if I do something like number cat or whatever, let's see, like const load count is equal to number, right? Like that. And this should probably be like, yeah, whatever. This should probably be like math.floor. No. Right. So we do this heavy load count. This is what we actually want to run it with. Now, load count. I need to change this number because it's setting the maximum to 100. I am going to change this to multiply by 1,000 so it doesn't kill my computer. Count equals count divided by 100 times that. Okay. Not sure what that's doing, but that's okay. Why are we doing this? Is this one of those things where you have like the JavaScript like safe number, like 0.1 plus 0.2 equals some ridiculous number, and so you do that divided by 100 times 1,000. No, that didn't do it. Anyway, that's all right. Phil, maybe you can explain, why do I need to do this? Okay, so that's going to return B, whatever. Don't really care what that returns. That just has to actually run. Down here, takes up a lot of time, and we need to say the heavy load. Oh, percentage. Why do I need percentage? Why do I need percentage, though? I don't know. Don't know why I need percentage, but that's okay. So that's going to take up a lot of time for this to load, which is going to slow things down heavily. So it's max of 1,000 or 10,000. What do you want? Okay. Okay. I don't know. 100 divided by 100 equals 1. 1 times 1,000 equals 1,000 runs. Yes. Okay. But I don't understand why we don't just, like, why not just say 100 or 1,000? I guess that's just like a multiplier. So you can say, you know, you can do between a number between 1 and 100, and then the multiplier is like 1,000 times that. I guess that makes sense. That's what you were trying to do. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna put that. We're gonna put that after the script stuff. Field set. Okay, we have one more section here. No, not in the field set. We have one more section here, and we're gonna say something like compute, right? So we're gonna do maybe this, boop, boop, boop. This field set legend is going to be compute. This heavy load field. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. So just like make it easier so you don't have to put big numbers in the URL. Okay, so input ID is going to be, instead of IMG, we're going to call it CPU, and then optimized, I guess we're going to call it like heavy load. Sure. Value I'm not going to set just yet. Type is going to be text. So here's the thing. Type is going to be text, but let's see, HTML input keyboard type. Input mode, that's what I want. Input mode is going to be numeric. If you ever need to take, let's see, input mode equals numeric. So small tip here. If you ever need to do an input of type number, input type of number is trash. I'm not really sure how to gather all of my thoughts around this, but input type of number has some benefits where if you need to do validation, when a user types something, it will only take numeric keyboard presses, right? Which is really nice because you can prevent someone from typing a bunch of strings. Cool. The other nice thing about input type of number is that a user, you get, the validation. So when I click submit, if I try to enter something that's not a number, it'll be like, hey, this has to be a number, which is also great. Downsides to input type of number is that the scroll wheel, you get those little up and down arrows, and when you have the input type selected and you hover over it with a mouse, let's just like look at this so I can actually explain what's going on. Type equals number. You get this really annoying thing that happens. And particularly if you're dealing with things that aren't actual numbers, but are like social security numbers or credit card numbers that you have a single value. You can't really you wouldn't want to provide the opportunity to increment or decrement, right? Let me see. Let me get rid of I'll get rid of that really quick. Where are we? Where are we going? Label is going to, we're going to do and we're going to do load, synthetic load, synthetic load 0 to 100. Arbitrary units. Okay, so if I go here and I reload, input, ooh, synthetic load. Okay, input type of number. Okay, maybe that is actually fixed in Chrome. In Firefox, if you use your scroll wheel on that input type, yeah. Okay, so let me bring this over. This is one of the most annoying things, is if you hover over it and you click it and you put in like a number like 6, and then because I've clicked there and put the number in, my mouse is above this input. Now if I try to scroll down the page, I'm going to accidentally decrement this value. Now if I had put in my social security number and then I scrolled and I said, oh, I didn't realize that I had to be out of it, and then I scrolled and I didn't recognize that I had changed the value, all of a sudden I have the wrong value in there. Very annoying for users. There was something, well, let me just close that and let me see. There was something that was like, don't use input type number. A lot of arguments for it in the past. Brad Frost. Yeah, Magic Mouse. Let's see. Focus on the fields, like movement mouse. That's what he's talking about there. Triggers numeric keyboard touchscreens. Leading to a better mobile UX. That can also be accomplished by configuring a pattern attribute in a way. Zach Leatherman has a deep dive into posts all about this. Yeah. Type number, numeric keyboard. Let's consult the specification. Using pragmatism, type number. Pattern attribute. I think I can do that. Yeah, number type input can be okay, I think, in some cases, but that little issue with it is so annoying. Input mode attribute is good. Try it in your browser, but see, I can still type, which is annoying. Limitation, restrict to numbers only. Characters, value, it's not how I feel about the browser. Is that characters are stripped out, negative numbers. Supporting leading zeros, preventing rounding on large numbers, support max length. Type number pattern 0 through 9. Okay, well, unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to go back on my own advice here and say that I'm probably going to use a number because I really don't want to get into the weeds about over validation logic. So, and unfortunately, let me see, type text and pattern equals. Unfortunately, I think that's just, this is not going to cut it for me. So let's maybe do a number. Let's actually do 0 through 9. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to cut it for when someone actually types something into the field. So when I reload, and I'm actually also going to, while I'm here, just get rid of all these because I don't need all these. They're kind of annoying. Okay. Let's see. Synthetic load, CPU. I can still type in there, which kills me. Fine. I'm going to use a number type. Get rid of this pattern. The other thing is I do want a min equal to 0 and a max equal to 100. And which means I don't need this input mode numeric, but all this to say that in the future, if you're dealing with a number input, you may want, let me see, number input disable scroll. I've also had a solution for this, which is probably going to be number 1 on Stack Overflow. It's actually like one event listener to rule them all. No, I have an answer in here somewhere. Don't I? Is it not this one? Print default behavior. Okay. Oh, here we go. Yes. This was my solution. Input type number on mouse wheel, return false. Work for me as expected. This works. The downside is scrolling doesn't work at all when hovering over the input. Okay. Yeah. This may do it. Let's see. And I guess it's not even worth testing in Chrome because it's not actually going to help us. Or it's not actually going to produce the unwanted behavior. Yeah. But I can type and I can type numbers. Cool. I can throw an E in there because E is valid. Let's bring Firefox over. And still working, my dude. Inspect. I do see that on mouse wheel. Return false. Did not work. That's weird. Event.target.blur. This is not working. On scroll. Is it? I think there is an on mouse wheel event. On mouse wheel. Whoops. Wheel. Global event handler. HTML on mouse wheel attribute. Deprecated. On wheel. Okay. I guess we will be switching that. Okay, let's try that. Reload. Thank you all for your patience in these trying times. Yep. Okay, suddenly it is having that issue in Chrome. Great. Cool. Okay, didn't know that. Always use on scroll. Well, on wheel, let's see. Let's check MDN. MDN on wheel. Element, wheel event, mouse wheel event. The event plays non-standard deprecated. This event replaces. Okay. Add event listener wheel, so it should be on wheel. On wheel. Yeah, looks like on. I think that seems right. Weird that it didn't work, but let's see. Weird that it's not blurring. So return false. And you didn't want to do it? Okay. It is working in Firefox. Oops. And if I reload in, it seems to be working here. So I'm going to stick with that. So, okay. On mouse wheel is deprecated. On wheel works. Not my favorite thing in the world. Also prevents the page from just scrolling at all if you're on that number input, which is kind of weird, but I think that's fine. I think that's the best solution I can come up with to also get something that's like if I put 1,000 and I try to submit, I'm still going to get this. And if I try to type something in here that's not a number, it goes in. So something to keep in mind. This is fine or this is probably the approach I would do for numbers, actually. Not anything that's like a telephone number or a social security number or a credit card number or something that isn't like a true number. Hopefully, hopefully that's a helpful comment. Event.prevent default. I don't think that's quite right. I don't know if that would change with the things, but this is working. So I'm just going to kind of not touch it. Okay, so synthetic load, we have a number there. We're going to say something like 3. Submit that. It doesn't actually do anything. So let's get the value in there first. Let's do here. We're going to say query dot. Okay. Const load is going to equal query what is it? Query dot get so what is it? What was it? CPU dash heavy load. I'm not going to call that heavy load. I'm just going to call it load. CPU dash load. And then we're going to say if we have load, right? Because that could be a number. It could also be a string. we'll ignore the fact that someone could modify the URL and make it a string, which might bring the server down. I don't really care. But I'm going to say we do need to convert it to a number. We're going to call this a let. So we'll just say load equals math.floor number load. Load is that. And then we need to do something like, where is this thing? Load. Right here. And we're going to do all that. And then we'll say value is going to equal, and we're going to say if we have load question mark, then it'll be equal to load. Otherwise, empty string is fine. Cool. Cool. Load should be set now, because I believe, yeah, no, because we set it to heavy load. So we're going to set that load to 3, submit. When it reloads, we see that it's still set to 3. Great. So that's working. Now we need to ensure that the load is actually running. I'm going to say load can be math.max between the maximum number between 0 and math.min, the lowest number between 100 and that. So this way we ensure that we are somehow bound between the range of 0 and 100. And we have an integer. Type number is not assignable to type string. Okay, got it. This is dumb. There you go. Type string null is not assignable. Okay, fine. Or null. There you go. Annoying. Annoying. Okay, but we've got it. And now we need to actually run heavy load. So heavy load here should actually be running now. So I've got it set to 3. Let's try setting it to 30. No, 30. And I want to take a look at these numbers here after we run this. So submit that. Definitely is taking a lot longer to actually run. Definitely taking a lot longer to run. $30 may have been a bit exaggerated, because I think it didn't die, but it's definitely large. Also, this input type shouldn't be. I spent way too much time on this input type, being number or not. Range. That's the right one. Input type of range, min 0, max. We're going to set the max to 10, I think. Don't need to worry about that wheel thing. Value is going to be load or undefined. Type is range 0. Cool. Min, max, awesome. We are still loading, so I'm gonna actually just like, oh, I tried reloading. Cool. Killed that off. Whoops. So because I hit save, it actually killed the last process. And now we ran it again. So that process died. But we can see the 1 minute load average is way above what it's supposed to be. CPU usage, also a value that I don't currently have figured out. Load here between 0 and 10. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So let's do something down, like way down here. Submit that. That should actually run. Should have been pretty quick. Cool. I think that's running. Move that up a couple notches. Submit that. Not much noticeable difference. Submit that. Feels a bit slower. Definitely feels slower.